few moments ago. Here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the New York Giants. It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch.
They call a podcast Poppy. Kinkos, I see they tryna copy. Diamonds in the chains, bust down wrists. And you ain't never seen no like this. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop home, game in the chokehold. I be out on a late night, opposite a play fight. See sign break night, this break night. My wristwatch is like a brake light. And you can get it right on your gravesite. So tell me something I don't know. $50 pizza when I'm eating in Soho. I heard that you in love with the stuff in your hitting them. They hate me, they hate me. What should I do? Keep getting money. It's funny, I was just like you. Super Bowl Sunday with the facts. Security guard told Kevin Hart to relax. Oh! Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop home, game in the chokehold. Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it...
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the New York Giants. That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
Flex round! Flex round!
Now a second down throw for Kaiser. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. First down, Kaiser. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. To throw, Kaiser. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Shaquille Barrett in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Flex round. Here we go.
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now Kaiser on 4th down. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he stopped immediately there. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now it's Darnold. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Garrett. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Here's Darnold. Throw left side complete. It's Garrett. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Now back. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Play action. It's Darnold. Sliding out of the pocket. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw is Darnold. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to send this one. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. being chased out left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Eli Apple. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
New York set to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Flex round! Flex round!
On 3rd down, Kaiser. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
Detroit!
Here's Mack. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. The safety, Landon Collins, there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Olivier Vernon. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Giants. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build on. Well, Kaiser can't get away, and he'll go down. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this 1st quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his... And he's going to go down again.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Here we go. Brad 38. Brad 38. Ohio. 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 Ohio.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Looking for his receiver sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and he'll take this back down inside the 20. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They take over 1st and 10 in excellent field position here. After the interception, here's Darnold. This complete left side to Aguilar. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Here's Mack on the toss. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
What we're seeing from the defense here is a group of guys bearing down, trying to help out their quarterback after he threw an interception. Good stops on the first 2 downs. It brings up a key 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw, Darnold. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. Here's Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
And the Giants ready to come out now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle to Beckham. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Flex round. Ohio. Ohio.
Kaiser now on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Kaiser. He'll rifle this one deep right side. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Brendan Langley picks it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Darnold now to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
On 2nd down, Darnold. Now he'll escape to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Now Darnold. He's got a man. It's his fullback. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to take another shot here. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90.
On play action, Kaiser. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Will Parks there in coverage to knock it away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Kaiser from the gun on 3rd. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. From the 21, it's second and 10.
Flex round! Flex round! Here we go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Alert 3, alert 3! Alert 3! Hut! Switch, switch, switch! Out, 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 out! Hey, Mike's 50, Mike! Hut!
Play fake. Kaiser. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Darnold. That'll be caught right side by Hamilton. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The reception good for 7. It's third down. The Broncos on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll run the man. And a short gain down to about the 33. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Vance Joseph can hardly bear to watch, and the Giants are going to get the football back. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Throwing again is Kaiser on 2nd and 10. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's third down. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to East Rutherford. But first, this timeout.
Flex round! Flex round!
From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. he's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now we're carrying from Mack. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? He'll look to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Giants on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
Kaiser now from the 50. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
So the Broncos coming out now, and the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. A run by Mack to start the drive. And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The Broncos on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 15. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The Broncos send out their punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Still going. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Flex round! Flex round!
Final play of the half, Kaiser. He's going to fire one deep and got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Gone! Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Staying on the ground with Mack. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now it's Darnold. It's caught by Aguilar. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He finds Hopkins complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough, swinging the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Play action. It's Darnold. Incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Darnold on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Garrett. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. Darnold to throw again. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Shaquille Barrett bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. Throw left side complete. It's Shepard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Flex round. Come on, let's go. White 90. White 90.
Switch. Rush it.
They go play action. Kaiser. Oh, Kaiser can't get away, and he'll go down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Come on, let's go. Brad 38. Brad 38.
Off the play fake, Kaiser. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that one results in 35 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Play action now. Kaiser going to throw deep for the end zone. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. On second down, Kaiser again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Come on, let's go. White 90. White 90. Flex round. Flex round.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Avery Williamson. He's the one to get in this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Ohio. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And no, it's incomplete. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Broncos will take over on downs. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now a toss play. This is Mack. And past the 30 down to about the 27. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So the solid run on 1st, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all on your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you try to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
On third down, that's Lindsey. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now they try the right side here. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now the pitch to Freeman. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Same story continues. He's the only one that scored for them, their kicker, with all the points.
So now when we hear the chants of MVP, they're definitely aimed at him because he has been the only guy who's put points on the board in this game.
Kickers are always either the hero or the GOAT. So far, he's definitely the hero. New York set to take the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 16. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Here we go.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. third down. That's Matt. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload, but you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. 319. 319.
Off of play action. Darnold. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The Broncos send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Ohio!
Now Kaiser. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Kaiser. Dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Giants on 3rd down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 8.
Come on, let's go. Red 38. Red 38.
Kaiser to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like 1 time a week. The best teams I know, they practice it starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, Week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Denver, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Giants,
I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my round.